How's it going, guys? CC Chaos here, and the Warriors will not win another ring. Now, why is this? I believe that they won't win another ring for a couple reasons. First, their star power being kind of lackluster. So, as we've seen in Game 1, they won the first game, and not just by a few points, by double digits, which is pretty huge, especially considering that Curry and Thompson only scored their lowest amount of points the whole season. This whole season, this is their lowest amount of points they've scored combined. So, with that in mind, you would think with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, they would be able to close it out. But that wasn't the case. The bench came in and they just handled business. Now, that's not going to always happen. The bench is not always going to be able to come up and get it done. That's just a fact, because that's why they're the bench. They're not the main players. The main players are Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Barnes maybe, Iguodala, Bogut. You know, the main people. Now, so what are they going to do if their bench is not performing? They're performing, doing all right, and everybody else, and the Klay Thompson and Steph Curry not performing either. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, hell, maybe even Shumpert, they're going to go off. Or maybe not Shumpert. J.R. Smith, more likely. They're going to go off, and they're going to get it done. And you can't let them go off without getting some serious consequences. Now, with all this star power going up, they're going to win, because the Cavaliers have been shooting like 45% from the three-point line since the playoffs. In this series so far, they've dramatically decreased. But still, they're shooting 45% from the three-point line. These are huge numbers. Huge. And compared to what Steph Curry's shooting, he's shooting around 27% from the three-point line. That's terrible. Thompson, who I think is arguably a better three-point shooter, wasn't so hot last night either. So if the Warriors continue to be cold, their main players, then the Cavaliers have more than enough opportunity to come back. More than enough opportunity. Now the chance for Cavaliers to win is not just based off the Warriors being cold or not. There's also another perfect part of it. You see, the Cavaliers have been amazing in the playoffs. They have been something else. It's crazy how good they've been. Now, we know they haven't been that good the first game, but that's the first game. We all know that they were playing kind of choppy. They weren't playing as smooth as they normally do. And that's all well and good, but that will stop. I can guarantee that. With LeBron James having something to prove this year, he has to win the championship. If he doesn't, he might be dethroned. He might not be the king. He won't be the king anymore. To lose back-to-back finals to the same team. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. Last year was understandable. He didn't have Kyrie Irving. He didn't have Kevin Love. They both got injured. But now, he has everybody. So he has no excuse to lose. No excuse. No excuse at all. And sure, part of them winning this year is Golden State being off, not being at their top, their peak. But who says that Cleveland at their peak can't beat Golden State at their peak? Nothing. Because when Cleveland goes off, they go off. And they can do serious damage. Serious damage. Now, yeah, sure. They got Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Iguodala. Even Barnes is real deadly. And, of course, Livingston, who was extremely deadly last game. And he's going to hit those shots. Those mid-range shots, you saw last night he was shooting like 87%. But Cleveland can handle that. Livingston is a reason an all-star player. It's not because of his injury, just because he's just not an all-star player. That's just how it is. He's not to that level. He's a fantastic player, no question, no doubt. But Cleveland still can do it. They have the power, and they just need to get smooth out. So Cleveland, they can win the ring. with a dedicated LeBron James determined to he has to prove this year that he can win another ring. Because if he doesn't, nobody's gonna take him serious anymore. People are gonna the choke, because he's had so many opportunities to win a ring and it's failed. And most time he's had a reason why he failed. You know, if it's from his team not being very good, like when he first got drafted to Cavaliers, his team was completely terrible. And then when he got to Miami, back-to-back rings, and then they started slowing down a little bit, and they came back to the Cavaliers. Now, for the first year in the finals for the Cavs, he obviously Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love were both hurt, which had him by himself, and he still won 2 games by himself. Can he do it again? Maybe he can, but that's a lot of work for one man. That is. Now this year, he's back, and he has his whole squad. If he loses this year, that could be it. Not for his career, not for his legacy, but just for the tarnishing of really his legacy. It'll tarnish his legacy as being, what if he, like, what if he would have won? Or how could he have not have won? Like, it'll just tarnish everything he's about. It'll mess up his legacy. Like, he'll still be considered one of the greatest players, but going 2 for 4 right now in the finals? So if he goes 2 for 5, that's terrible. That's completely terrible. So I think the Cavaliers, they can definitely win. There's no question about it. They can win. They can do it. With LeBron James, one of the most athletic players in the game, Kyrie Irving, one of the players with the best handles, and then Kevin Love, one of the best post-up and most of greatest defensive players, one of the best defensive players in the game. How can you not? A big man who can shoot threes, who can get boards, and who can work the paint. They can do it. Cleveland can take it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time.